Where are you in LA?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles. What about you?
Where I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Being a lifelong Stones fan, thank you for coming back with new music. This is a thrill to have this. Living in a ghost town. Gosh, I've seen this a few times in the last kind of month and a half since the world changed and we've been isolated. Art imitating life, life imitating art, and quite often these two roads merging without realizing it at the time. And I feel like this is one of those moments, right, Mick? This song speaks to us right now, but I don't necessarily think it was written for that reason, was it?
Well, it wasn't written for now, but the. It was just one of those odd things. It was written about being in a place which was full of life, and then now is all, bereft of life, so to speak. And when I went back to what I'd written originally, lyrically, it was all full of, like, I didn't use them in the lyrics. It was all full of plague terms and things like that. I never actually used that, but it was all there. Keith and I both had the idea that we should release it, but I said, well, I've got to rewrite it because it's not. Some of it's not going to work. Some of it was a little bit weird and a bit too dark. It's like, I didn't have to rewrite very much, to be honest. It's very much how I originally did it.
On a specific level to this song, where were you when you first started writing this?
I don't know. I was just jamming. I was just playing the guitar and just wrote it like that, I mean, it was semi-humorous, and then it got less humorous as it went on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you write these things take a long time to write, but this one was I just wrote it really quickly in like 10 minutes.
Were you making a new Stones album? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last album was brilliant, by the way, but it was a covers album.
A long time ago.
15 years, I think, right, since the last original Stones album. Is that right?
It's so long ago that you want it to be really good, so I don't just want it to be, a good album. I want it to be great, Yeah, so I'm very hard on myself, if I write something or if I write something, Keith, or whatever, it's got to be great. It can't just be good. So, we've been recording and we've got some really good stuff. But don't hold your breath.
I can't believe that at this point, and I'm going to finish here because it just made me smile so much, that Sir Paul McCartney went on. Have you heard about this? Went on Howard Stern. Did you see this?
No.
Stern stirred the pot beautifully and was like, come on, Beatles are better than the Stones. Beatles are better than the Stones. This is the question that's been thrown around for all time. Beatles or Stones? Beatles or Stones? And Sir Paul McCartney was like, look, you're not going to have to convince me, mate. Beatles are better than the Stones. And he went in.
There's obviously no competition.
What do you mean no competition? You have to qualify that. There's obviously no competition. Why? I'm trying to tee it up here. This is the clash the world's been waiting for.
I'm a politician. The big difference, though, is it sort of slightly seriously, is that the Rolling Stones have been a big concert band, in other decades and other eras when the Beatles never even did an arena tour, Madison Square Garden or with a decent sound system. That they broke up before that business started, the touring business for real, but it didn't start to the end of the 60s. And, and when the first tour like that was 1969. So that was real sound, your own sound systems, your own stage surface, you know what I mean? And touring that around America, going to hockey, basketball arenas, all the same, looking all the same size. So every night was, so that business started in 1969 and the Beatles never experienced that. Yeah, they played and they did a great gig, and I was there in Shea Stadium. They did that stadium gig, but the Stones went on, we started doing stadium gigs in the 70s and still doing them now. So, that's the real big difference between these two bands. That one band is unbelievably, luckily, still playing in stadiums, and the other band doesn't exist.
I mean, I feel this way, that the Stones invented the large-scale touring experience.
I think the Led Zeppelin and the Pink Floyd were two of the other bands that were very, doing that stuff. I don't know if that exactly at the same time, but we're almost in the same time frame. So, we were both doing arenas. Zeppelin and us were both doing arenas, doing big shows, with lights and all this stuff. And Pink Floyd did big stadium shows and so on. And so, yeah, there was other bands in there.